Well, what month is it? It's Souptember. That's right. Every day this month, different channels will be giving their favorite soup recipe. And this is all because of LeAnne at Mennonite Farmhouse. And she organized it, second year of doing it, and she is just invited all kinds of channels. So they'll be all listed below and the dates that they have them. Now, side note, on the chart it says that I am supposed to be doing it on the 6th. That was a mix-up. I was always supposed to do it on the 5th, and today is the 5th, and I am making soup for Souptember. Now I have beautiful, ripe tomatoes, and one of my favorite soups is homemade, fresh tomato soup, and that's what we're making today. So the recipe will be below also. So let's go over. We are going to start making some soup, and it is a fabulous soup. I like adding basil. Sometimes I add Parmesan cheese. Sometimes I add other things. But of course it has other things in there from the garden. Onions, garlic. Let's make some soup. Here's some tomatoes from the garden that I'm going to make homemade tomato soup. I'm going to throw them in some water, wash off all those water spots from the sprinklers, and we are going to make ourselves some homemade tomato soup. I'm just going to clean those off. I'm going to actually take this little scrubby and scrub them off, and then we're going to chop them up. All of them are washed. I took any tops off of them, scrubbed them all. Now this one has a little sun scald on there. It's nothing to worry about. You can just cut that off. Now I'm going to let those dry off for just a minute, and in the meantime I'm going to cut me some garlic. 3 medium-sized cloves and 1 small one will be plenty enough for my tomato soup today. So I'm going to chop those up. Did you know that after you chop your garlic, if you leave it on the counter for 10 minutes, it does a chemical reaction with the air, and it will give you a better tasting garlic in whatever dish you're using it. I'm just quartering all the tomatoes. I don't take the center out because it's going to go through a food mill after it's cooked for a while, but this is a perfect time if you want to save some seeds to grab some of those seeds. Even without even trying, there's probably 15 seeds to make 15 tomato plants just right there. The tomatoes are in my pot. Make sure that you're not using an aluminum pot because there is a chemical reaction with the acidity in the tomatoes with an aluminum pot, so just don't use it. I dumped the garlic in there, and then I'm using 1/4 of a very large onion. Next, I'm putting 8 whole cloves in there. At this point, you can put water, but I'm going to actually use some organic chicken broth. Now that I'm thinking about it, I should have used some of my canned chicken broth that I just did. Wow. I might grab one of those. So it's on the stove, medium to medium-high heat, and we are going to let that get hot, simmer for about 30 minutes. I have the food mill all set up, so the tomato stuff will go in there. The soup will come out here, and all the pulp will come over here. Now, I've let it cool some after it came to a boil, and then I simmered it for 30 minutes. So the flavors will be all melded together. It starts to just run through, and I haven't even turned it. But what we're going to do is we're going to slowly turn this, and what will happen, all the tomato juice will come down into here, all the skins and the pieces of garlic will go over here. It starts working its way down there, and then we'll put some more in there. You start to get some lovely pulp, but it doesn't have any seeds or skin in it, and that will all go into our tomato soup. And I'm just going to push that pulp down into this soup. This is what's left. You can see seeds, pieces of onion, skins, small pieces of garlic, and this is great for your chickens. Full of vitamin C, K, B9, perfect for chickens. So in that same stock pot, you don't even have to clean it out. It's just where the tomatoes had cooked. I put 5 tablespoons of butter because I'm making a large pot. In the description below, I'll actually give you a little bit smaller recipe just because it's more convenient. My soup is almost ready. I can feel it getting thicker. So it's time to slice up that basil. I'm going to slice these across so they're long pieces of basil, but you could mince them however you'd like to. Mine are all stacked together, and then we can just cut them. I'm trying to do this one-handed. So they're just sliced. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to crunch it. I want to bruise it a little bit. I want those beautiful flavors to come out. So let's put the tomato soup in the bowl. There's our beautiful soup. Basil can be added, crackers. A lot of times people like Parmesan cheese on tomato soup. Let's see if Joe enjoys it. Joe with tomato soup. You can put basil on if you'd like to. Oh my gosh. There's crackers for you if you'd like. So let's see if he likes it.
Of course I like a baby.
Now if your tomatoes are really acidy, you can add a little sugar to it to make it a little bit sweeter. Totally up to you.
That's good. Tastes good in tomatoey.
Excellent. Another winner from Joe. Well, with your overabundance of tomatoes, I hope you make some soup for Souptember or anytime. I love soups all through the year. And I hope you enjoy all the different soups every day this month. Just go down, check out the list. LeAnne at Mennonite Farmhouse has a playlist also with the videos. So that'll just keep adding and changing all through the month. So LeAnne, thanks for this challenge, this collaboration, and everybody have a fabulous Souptember. See you next time.